Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel MechE-FUNdaMENTALs. In Fundamental of Mechanical Engineering, our next topic is Principle of Transmissibility of Forces. According to Principle of Transmissibility of Forces, it states that a force applied to a rigid body will have the same effect if applied anywhere along its line of action within the body. And the limitation of this law or the principle is it is only applicable for rigid bodies. Now you see these three diagrams. In the first one, a force is acting in this body at this particular point, and now we shift that force in the same line of action within the body. So by principle of transmissibility, the effect of these two forces in the body will same. In the next diagram, there is the L section. You see the force is acting at this particular point, and now we can shift that force anywhere in the same line of action within the body like this. So the effect of these two forces in the body that remains same as per the principle of transmissibility of forces. And the same here again in a circular body, or you can see that is cylindrical one or the spherical one. These three forces are acting, and we can shift these three forces in different point, but we have to keep the same line of action like this. Then the effect of these three forces in this free body diagram or in this free body diagram that remain same. So we can say that because of principle of transmissibility, each of the above pair is equivalent. Now, as we are seeing the effect in the rigid body of that particular force, so again I am taking that example. You see in the first diagram, a force F is acting in the rigid body at A of mass m, and the effect of that force to give the acceleration F upon m by using the Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. Now in the next case, we take the same rigid body, but now we shift that force in the same line of action but at the different point B within the body. The acceleration is still F upon m. So this is the principle of transmissibility, that we can shift any force acting in a rigid body at different point, but we have to keep the same line of action within the body. Now the application of principle of transmissibility of forces. So we can transfer the point of application of forces in the same line of action acting in a rigid body. If you see this case here, a weight of 200 Newton is supported by the two strings, and T1 and T2, these are the two tensions in these strings to support that weight of 200 Newton. Now by using principle of transmissibility, we can shift the line of action of that 200 Newton at the common point O. Actually that weight is on the block in its center of gravity, which is uniformly distributed, but we can shift its point in the same line of action and we keep that W at O. So now, due to this principle of transmissibility, the force system becomes very easy to understand. So this is the application of principle of transmissibility, so that we can shift any force at any point within the same line of action, and by doing that, we can reduce that force system to understand easily. Now the limitation of principle of transmissibility of forces. As we already said that this principle is only for the rigid body, not for the deformable bodies. So now here again I take an example to make more understand that particular limitation. You see the rigid body we take here. F1 and F2 of the same magnitude F are acting at A and B. And the effect of these two forces on that rigid body is to make that body at rest. Now if you shift these two forces, F1 which is acting at A, now we shift that force at B. And the force F2 which is acting at B, now we shift that at A. So now again these two forces is still to make that body at rest. It means the effect remains same. So limit, that is the transmissibility of forces, it means that is valid for the rigid body. But now if we apply these two forces in a deformable body, and again now you see in the first case the effect of these two forces is actually to elongate the body, because that particular body is under tension. But when we shift these two forces again, the force F1 which is already acting at A, that is shifted at B by keeping the same line of action, and the force F2 which is acting at B is shifted at A by using principle of transmissibility. But now see in the second case, now the body is under compression and it contracts. So in the figure, this particular figure, the body is under tension that elongates, and when we shift these two forces by using the principle of transmissibility, the body is under compression and it contracts. So the effect does not remain same, and that is the reason why the principle of transmissibility is not applicable for deformable body. It is only applicable for rigid body. Thank you.